Coming up, we're talking Chili Bowl Night 1, including a win for Tanner Carrick. There's also a new World of Outlaws Late Model Series rookie and more. Let's do this. Today is Tuesday, January 11th, 2022. Welcome into Dirt Tracker Daily. I'm Justin Fiedler. And just like that, we are off and running in the 2022 Chili Bowl Nationals. Last night was the first of 5 prelim nights, and the program included the Race of Champions, which was actually a really fun 25 laps. I'll have more on that in a minute. I realized yesterday that I also promised you my Chili Bowl picks, but I completely forgot to share them on Monday's show, so we'll get into those here in a bit as well. We ended up with 69 cars in last night's field, and at the end, it was Tanner Carrick and Tyler Courtney who finished 1-2 and locked themselves into Saturday night's feature event. Both of those guys were beneficiaries of late race trouble for both early leaders Mitchell Moles and Jerry Coons Jr. Moles started on the pole and led the first 5 laps before second starting Coons took over on lap 6. Inside 10 to go, Moles got back out front, but his time in the lead was short-lived. Out of 4, he got super tight on the top and caught the front stretch wall. It sent him over onto his lid and out of the race. Seriously tough break for the California driver, who looked really good out front. Under that same caution, Coons went to the work area with issues under the hood, and he was also done for the night. Subsequently, we found out that Coons is also done for the week. They broke a timing belt on the engine and won't return to the Expo Center. That super sucks. The issues for the leaders moved Carrick to the point, and he wasn't challenged the rest of the way, grabbing his first career Chili Bowl prelim night win. Sunshine finished second, Chase Johnson was third, David Gravel went 12th to 4th, and Nick Hoffman 14th to 5th. Carrick's Keith Coons team will have some work to do to get the car ready for Saturday, though, as after the checkered, Carrick lost his brakes and ended up tumbling into turn 1. He collected Johnson, Gary Taylor, and Courtney. Those other cars appeared to suffer minimal damage, but Carrick's car will probably need some help. We also saw that Carrick had basically no right rear tire left after the 30 laps, so tire management in these features might be something to keep an eye on for the rest of the week. Big tip of the hat last night to Ken and McIntosh. He had a stuck throttle in his heat race and ended up DFL. He then went 12th to 2nd in his C main, 12th to 2nd in his B main, and then 19th to 6th in the feature, grabbing hard charger honors on the night. I believe that should set him up for a B main start on Saturday and a solid chance to get into a transfer spot for the feature. That's a massive recovery after having such problems in his heat race. Gary Taylor also had a nice 18th to 7th run driving for Brian and Mike Dunlap. Some other guys who had tough nights included Cole Bodine, who missed the feature transfer by 1. Chase Elliott was 8th in his B main, and sprint car team owner Kevin Rudine went for a wild ride in his heat race and was basically done for the night. Also mixed into the show last night was the yearly VIROC. We were treated to a really good 25-lap show. Logan Seavey and Justin Grant started on the front row, and Grant controlled the race. Late in the going, Kyle Larson reeled him in from 7th and threw a couple of big shots at him, but Grant was able to fend him off. Grant ended up with the victory. Larson was 2nd. Christopher Bell went 11th to 3rd. Tanner Thorson was 4th, and Blake Hahn completed the top 5. The racing was really intense, and we even saw a little anger out of Buddy Kofoid. He was racing towards the front when he tangled with the lap car of Sammy Swindell, and Buddy ended up on his roof. And afterwards, he was none too pleased with the 5-time Chili Bowl winner. I think the VIROC was an interesting preview for the rest of the week. The guys you expected to be fast certainly showed it. Bell looked comfortable back in a Keith Coons car. And an interesting point about Larson, he's won the past 2 Chili Bowls driving a King chassis, which are built by Justin Inslee in New Zealand. But this year he's in an Eagle chassis, which has been heavily influenced by Paul Silva. We'll see if that plays any role the rest of the week. JG certainly looked like he was capable of winning a driller come Saturday. As for my Chili Bowl picks, it was a decent first night, but nothing to write home about. I had Ken and Mac in Group 1, Chase Johnson in Group 2, Nick Hoffman in Group 3, Kevin Bayer in Group 4, Kinzer Edwards in Group 5, Ryan Levitt in Group 6, and Kevin Brewer in Group 7. McIntosh, Johnson, and Hoffman should all be in a B main on Saturday. Bayer, Edwards, and one of my at-large picks in Cody Jessup were in B mains last night. Levitt and Brewer didn't get out of the C's. For the rest of the week, I've got Bell in the Platinum Group over Larson and JG, and tonight's picks include Kofoid, Zach Dahm, Jake Swanson, Briggs Danner, Mike Hess, Chance Morton, and Tanner Allen. We'll have to see how those guys are able to do, and we'll talk about the rest of my picks on their individual days. Once we get an update on the standings as well, I'll update you there. The Expo Center is already open this morning, and things get started a little bit earlier today. There's no morning practice sessions, obviously, today, so the prelim night schedule is bumped up an hour. The draw opens at 2 p.m. Central with hot laps at 4 and racing at 5. If you aren't going to be in the building, watch live on Flow Racing. The opening weekend for the World of Outlaws Late Model Series is fast approaching, and yesterday the series added yet another rookie to the mix. Joining Gary Dillon, Kyle Hammer, Max Blair, Gordy Gundaker, and Tanner English is Oklahoma racer Jacob Ulrich. Don't worry if you don't recognize that name. I had to do a little digging myself on this one. Ulrich has no past starts with either the Outlaws or Lucas. He's run modifieds in Oklahoma, including at Creek County. It also looks like he's made some starts at the Tulsa Shootout and at Port City in a micro. Ulrich is teaming up with Odin Motorsports for the dive into the deep end with the Outlaws. I'm certainly not going to knock anyone for chasing a dream and trying to make something happen, but color me skeptical on whether this team makes it to the end of the season or not as a regular. No prior experience with either the National Late Model Series means this is a massive leap for in competition for both the driver and the team. The Outlaw season starts January 20th through the 22nd at Volusia for the Sunshine Nationals. Elsewhere last night, the iRacing World of Outlaws World Championship was in action for Round 7 at the virtual Cedar Lake Speedway. The series was off last week, but we had big drama in the most recent feature back at Knoxville when Alex Bergeron and Hayden Cardwell tangled late, and Bergeron went on to the victory. The win for Bergeron moved him back atop the series point standings, and he entered last night with a 6-point advantage over Cameron Merriman. James Edens, Blake Majulis, and Braden Eiler were the rest of the top 5. Aiden Beerline held the final lock-in spot for next year's season over Tyler Ducharme. In the night's feature, Austin Semmelman sat on the pole and he led early, but second starting Hayden Cardwell rolled the top to the front a few laps in, and that proved to be the race-winning move. Cardwell drove away to the victory over Bergeron, Merriman, Eiler, and Edens. In the race for the championship, Bergeron was able to extend just a little bit over Merriman with 3 races remaining on the season. Bergeron is chasing his 4th series title. Racing continues next Monday night at Fairbury Speedway. You can watch for free on Dirt Vision or the iRacing YouTube channel starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. There are 2 shows on today's streaming schedule, both of those happening on Flow Racing. They've got Night 2 from the Chili Bowl and Flow 24/7. To see the full daily streaming schedule with links to watch, visit dirttracker.com/watch tonight. And that's it for the show today. Hope you have a good Tuesday. If you have thoughts about the topics on today's show, please leave them in the comments below or tweet at me. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow for more Dirt Tracker Daily.